Hey y'all. So I am Anna. Sorry, let me get situated here. Thank you, Joy. My daughter was helping me get set up. Okay, guys, so I'm going to be right up front. I'm going to kind of wait to see. Actually, no, I'm not going to wait and see because I'm so nervous. I don't care if people are on live or not. So I'm Anna Allen. I am a royal with Synergence, and I have been having a lot of success in my Facebook parties and all that kind of stuff. So I have been repeatedly encouraged to go live and talk to you about what I'm doing and my successes. And I've been very reluctant because I am not a trainer. That is not something that I feel like God called me to do. It is not what drives me. But I'm having a lot of success, and I feel like I need to share. So that's what I'm doing. I really would love to know if at least somebody hops on just so I know it's okay. Somebody's on, so I know it's working. Okay, so like I was saying, I'm not the training type at all. And I literally have everything I'm going to say written down. So bear with me. I am completely one-track minded. I am very, I have what I call ooh shiny disorder. So if I see something over here that gets my attention, I could go off on a tangent. So if you have questions and if you have comments, absolutely comment them. However, just know that if I get off track, I might need you to help me reel back in. So a little about me. I am a stay-at-home mom. I was never thought of as being a stay-at-home mom. Like sorry, I've got something floating in front of my eyes. I never thought that that would be something that I would be interested in. A little backstory, I am a dental assistant by trade. I have worked in the dental field for over 15 years, and I just thought that was my life and that's what I was going to do forever. And then God called me and my husband to adopt a little boy. So 3 years ago, he's been in our home for 3 years. Hey, Jackie. When he called us to adopt a little boy, at that moment, then I just could not see myself as anything more than being at home with him. Like, I thought that working after bringing in somebody else's child into our home was just what I had to do. And with my daughter, I never felt like I wanted to stay at home. And I kind of find it fitting. I didn't notice till right now that the picture of my babies is over my head. So that's kind of fitting. But anyway, I'm not going to go into a whole lot of that. So about 2 years ago, I was introduced to LipSense from Megan. And she was like, hey, I know you're a makeup girl. You need to try this lipstick. So lipstick got me hooked. I had a party back in February of 2019. It ended with over $800, and then I got like 3 bookings. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll do this just enough to get my stuff. You're sitting at the dentist office. Hey, let everybody hear it. That's okay. It's okay. You can watch the replay, Connie, but thank you for hopping on. Thank you, ladies, for jumping on and supporting me. Y'all know I'm nervous. So anyway, that's my backstory. I jumped in just to get my products half off. I started booking parties, and booking parties has come so naturally. So how am I doing it? Let me tell you. So I really am not telling you anything new that you've not already heard. Most of what I'm doing is duplicating what others have done. I have watched a lot of Morgan Zambrano's videos. I have watched a lot of, the Christmas trainings and all that. And I've just kind of put everything that I've learned all together and learned how to funnel, as Morgan calls it, learn how to funnel everybody in. So basically a funnel has a wide mouth, and then you start with a bunch of people, and you just kind of trickle them down until you have a customer base and a hostess base and then a VIP showing. So, first off, I am just now getting started on this pretty party thing. I tried it one time, and I guess that was my fault. I only tried it one time. I tried it one time when it first got started, and it did not do well with me. So I didn't do it anymore, and I kept doing the 2-night party that I was doing, where I did skincare one night and cosmetics the second. And it has worked really, really well for me. Well, I did a pretty party last week, and I had about an $800 party. So I'm starting to kind of go that route a little bit, but I'm still holding on to the party that I've kind of created out of everything else. All right, I'm marking off everything that I've already said so I don't lose track. So I guess my point is, it does not matter what party format you're using, whether you're using the pretty party or whether you're using something else. It doesn't matter what format you're using. What I'm doing and what I'm going to tell you that I do works for either format, because I've done it for both. Okay, so here is what I'm doing. I book a party. I do my hostess coaching, and that's one thing. Hostess coaching is something I'm definitely working on a little more. I'm okay at it, but I'm not 100% good at it. So I'm working on that. So if anybody else wants to jump on sometime live and talk more about that, that would be great. I need to go back and look here. Yes, you really should. And I'll be glad to email it to you. Lost my train of thought again. Okay, where am I at? Okay, so when I get the hostess in there and she invites all of her friends into the group, the very first thing I do is, and you can only do this on the computer, you cannot do this from your phone. The first thing I do is if you're on your computer, over on the right hand side underneath where it says members, it'll have a number and then new members, and it gives you an option to click and do a post to welcome those new members. So anytime I have 5 new members into the group, I click that and I welcome them and I say, hey, and it tags all 5 of them or more. I'm so excited you've joined Sarah's party. I'm super excited that you're here, and then I do a cute little welcome GIF on that. So I do that for every 5 or more people that join in the party. Okay, as soon as I do that, they've seen me, they've heard something from me, then I immediately go straight to them. Yes, you totally do it. Like, it works. So they see me, they get to know me a little bit right there just by me welcoming them. And then I immediately go and I send a friend request to every single person that was invited into that party. I don't care if we don't have any friends in common except the hostess. I send a friend request to every single person. Okay, so then I give them, some people immediately accept it. Some people it takes about 12 to 18 hours. Some people never accept it, and that's okay, but I still send it. At the end of the party, I do go in, and the ones that did not accept it, I cancel it. So they don't have friend requests floating out there. Okay. Within an hour or so after sending the friend request, I send this message, and I'm going to read my messages so I get them right. I send a message that sounds exactly like this or something like this. I said, hey, Susie, thank you so much for joining Sarah's party. I'm Anna, and I'm really looking forward to getting to know you during the party. I'm here if you have any questions, and then I'll wait for a response. Okay, sometimes I get an immediate response. Sometimes I never get a response. Sometimes it takes, 12 to 24 hours to get a response. Okay, and then like I said, some people won't respond at all. As they respond to my then as they respond to my friend request, then I send another message that says, thank you so much for accepting my friend request. Sometimes I send that first if they accept my friend request before I send that first message. That's the first thing I say is thank you so much for accepting my friend request. And then I say what I said before. I'm excited that you've joined Sarah's party. I'm Anna. I love to get to know you, what I said a while ago. Okay? So, I've done that. They've accepted my friend request. Now what? Okay, so now I start the party. I usually do that day one. So, I start my pre-party post for my first day and then get it let up. And then, backing up. So once I send that message, after they've clicked and accepted my friend request, they may not see that very first message. Do you have these? Yes, I do. I totally can type them in the comments at the end. If they do not see my first message that said, hey, thanks for joining, and then they accept my friend request, then when I message, hey, thanks for accepting my friend request, now they see it because now they're Facebook friends with me. If you don't realize this, if they're not friends with you and you send a message, it goes into their message request folder. So they actually have to be OCD like me. I'm not OCD about a lot of stuff, but when it comes to my emails and my messages, I hate to see that little number that I have an alert. So unless that drives them crazy and they go look to find out how to get rid of that number, they don't see the message. Yes, they do have to hunt it down. And unless it drives them, like I said, unless that number in the corner that says, hey, you've got a message floating out there somewhere, doesn't drive them crazy, then they're not going to find it. And I'll even post later in my parties that, okay, hey, everybody's had a message from me. If we're not Facebook friends, go look for it, basically. And sometimes it helps and sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so now they've accepted my friend request. I've sent them that first message. After that, I wait for them to respond. Hey, you're welcome, or hey, I'm super excited about the party, or I'm checking it out, or they could say a number of things after I say thank you for accepting my friend request. Once they respond, then I say, make sure you're commenting on all the posts and playing all the games. This will get you tickets into the drawing at the end, and the more participation we have, the better the drawing will be. So I send something like that to let them know that it's super important for them to be interacting. And a lot of people will respond back, okay, great, or absolutely, I've got it, or sometimes I've even had them say I'm not interested. And if that's the case, I just say, okay, next. Okay, then I leave them alone. I don't bug them after that. So I've sent the welcome message. I've sent the message that says, thank you for accepting my friend request, if they accepted it. And then I send the comment on the post, make sure you're commenting playing games only to the people that have responded to me, okay? I only send that message to the ones that have responded, okay? Then I leave them alone. We do night one of the party. If I'm doing the 2-night format with the skincare one night and the cosmetics the next night, I do night one of the party post, all that. Then I will send them this message. Hey, I hope you're having fun. Cosmetics are tomorrow night and you don't want to miss it. Remember to comment and play games for tickets into the drawing. That's all I say, and I leave them alone. If it's the end of the party, I say this. If it's like the 24-hour pretty party and I'm over, then I say this. I'm like, hey, thanks again for joining the party. I hope you had fun and learned something you didn't know. All the party posts are complete. You can now scroll through and check out anything you missed. Also, here's the beauty book link if that's easier. Let me know if you have any questions. And then I actually put the beauty book link. Hey, that's okay, Deborah. Thanks. And then I put the beauty book link at the end of that message. Okay, and then I leave that message there for, say, parties over that night. I send the message out at least that night. Sometimes I might not get that message out until the next morning. And then I usually give them until maybe the following morning to message me back. Most people that are going to order, when you post the that message with the link, most people come back and say, hey, yeah, I really like this. I want to order this. Blah, blah, blah. Well, I don't want to say most. Half of the people that are going to order do that. The other half still kind of ignore you. So then I give them about 12 to 18 hours. So by the next afternoon, then when I'm ready to close out the party, my last message that I send is, okay, Sarah is so close, and I capitalize, so close, all caps. Sarah is so close to her next rewards level. What questions can I answer for you, and what are you excited to help her with? What questions can I answer for you, and what are you excited to try first to help get her there? That right there is when I get probably 60% of the orders that come in, is when I tell them she's so close to getting to that rewards level. What are you excited to try? So that implies that I'm expecting them to try something, whether or not all right, y'all are distracting me. All right, I have to read that later. I can't see that very well. Lost my train of thought again. Okay, so when I say she's so close to her rewards level, what are you excited to try first to help her get there? That is telling them that I assume that they're going to place an order. I don't say, do you want to place an order? I say, what do you want to try first? So that way it really doesn't give them an option to say no. I mean, people do come back and say no, but it gives them, it gives them less of an option to say no than it does for them to, if I said, do you want to place an order? Does that make sense? Okay. So then they send me their order. Okay, great. And then I automatically say, okay, great. I just need your email address to finalize your order. And then I take their email address, send them the Square invoice, and then I wait about, I send the Square invoice. Sometimes I send it immediately. Sometimes I wait for them to pay it. Sometimes I wait a little while. But then the next message I send after sending them the invoice is, also, if you're interested in hosting your own beauty bash or pretty party, if you're doing that, I asked them, are you interested in hosting your own beauty bash to earn more free, and all caps free, and highly discounted products? Okay? So I get their order, and then I ask them to host a party. Some people do, some people don't. When I say, what are you excited to try first to help her get her there? When I say that and they come back and they're like, I really can't right now, I really want to, but I can't afford anything right now, then I completely jump to, I completely understand. how would you like to host your own party and earn your wish list free or highly discounted? So a lot of times I'll get parties booked like that without them actually doing a sale. And some of those parties have ended up being really great. My parties that the hostess has purchased product already obviously do better, but I do have success with parties that the hostess has not tried any products yet. All right, so we do all that. And then that's basically it. Okay, so after, so I've asked for the sale. I've asked for their email address to finalize the sale, and then I've asked them if they want to book a party. I do all of these messages behind the scenes. Now, all in the while, I'm still commenting on all the party posts. I'm still doing the beauty boards. I'm still doing all of that stuff in the party. So yes, it is more work to do all of this on the outside of the party and be sending all these messages and things, but it's worth it. That's where the building relationships comes in. If you're not building the relationships with these people where they can talk to you and they trust you, they're not going to buy from you. They're not going to book from you. And hopefully they're not ultimately going to be recruitable because they haven't formed a relationship with you. So it kind of all works together. Okay, now, at the very, very end, after they have hosted a party, or after they've placed their order, after they've booked the party, and I've closed out the party, then I go back through every single person, whether they ordered or not. And then I send this message, whether or not they've even responded. There's sometimes that I have people that I have messaged every single one of these messages, and they never see it. And that's okay. I'm just copying and pasting, so it doesn't take me that long. It's okay, because the ones that do see it, it does really well. Okay? The very, very last thing that I do before I close that party out completely, and usually after I do the drawing, is I send this very last message, and then I leave them alone. I say, I would love for you to join my Divine Beauty community. Divine Beauty is about being a woman of God, being the woman that God has created us to be from the inside out. We focus on things that uplift, encourage, and inspire, and there's some beauty tips involved as well. I would love to have you be a part. So that's where you need to come up with, what is your group about? What is your reason for doing your group? My business and my group is 100% about glorifying God and showing other women how to be full of divine beauty. That's my thing. When I started my business, that was between me and God, and how I decided that everything was centered in Him. So you have to decide what your slogan is, and you put that in there, and then at the bottom of that, you put the link to your to your group there. And I just recently changed the wording to this because I don't remember who it was, but I heard somebody else say their client community. I think it might have been Amanda Hamilton. She said that she invites them to their client community. So I changed that to my Divine Beauty community instead of my VIP group or something like that. And it is making the biggest difference by saying community. So check that out. Awesome. I'm so glad that y'all are getting something from this, and I'm not nearly as nervous as I thought I was going to be. And I didn't get off on a tangent like I thought I would either. So I have followed. I'm very proud of myself. Thank you, Amanda, for encouraging me to do this, because I feel like I needed to do this to prove to myself that I could. But that's basically it. Yeah, I'll be glad. I have got every single thing that I just said typed out. I can either email you everything, or I can email you just the messages. So if you want my wording just either comment below or send me a private message. Thank you, Jen. Jackie and Jen, y'all are amazing. Thank you for your support. If you want any of this stuff, I'll be glad to send you either in a private message or I can email you all of my wording. But guys, it works. Right this second, I am completely booked. I have decided I'm not working. I'm not doing a party the week of Christmas, and I'm not doing a party the week after Christmas. So that's 2 weeks that I've blocked off that I'm not working. But without those 2 weeks, from this week through the end of January, I have a party booked every single week but 2. That's pretty incredible. Like, I'm almost to the point where I am not sending this out. Yeah, totally. I'm definitely taking those 2 weeks off. I'm not even, half the time, I'm not even sending the, do you want to book a party message right now? Because I'm so far out booked and I don't want to. And now I'm getting to the point where I really need to start doing 2 parties a week. But that's a little overwhelming for me. So I did 2 parties last week, and one was a good party, one was not so good. So it kind of worked out. But if I had 2 parties that were really good during the same week, that would be stressful. So I haven't started double booking yet. But yeah, I am completely booked through January with parties. And as overwhelming as that is, it's exciting because that means that my business is not dead and I have all these leads. And out of all those parties that I booked, 7 of those I booked last week. Last week, in the very first pretty party I ever did, I had over $600 in sales, and I booked 7 parties last week. So that's why I'm booked out through January. Probably 4 of those 7s I asked for. 3 of those they asked me. So if you have good parties and you're doing your job and you're sending these messages, parties will come to you if you're working your business. Recruits will come to you, which is kind of the way I run my business. I don't push as hard as I should for recruits. I've let them come to me, and it has. It's got me to Royal, but now I'm kind of dead. So now I got to start working on recruiting. So I kind of got this party thing down pat. Now I got to start working on recruiting. All right. Any questions? Does anybody, I think it's just maybe Jackie and Jen on right now. So I'm going to go. If you have a question, put it in the comments and I'll be glad to answer it later. Thank y'all for joining me. Thank you for supporting me. I'm super excited that y'all are here. And I'm going to go. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.